So today we're going to be doing a first impression, and then I will be doing a review at the end after I've worn it for a few days of the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. I have been dying to try this. It's not out in the UK yet. I asked one of the L'Oreal girls in Boots when they were going to be bringing it out, and she said that as far as she knew there were no plans to actually bring out the Pro Glow formula to the UK, which is so sad. Luckily, one of Anton's friends recently went to America and he was good enough to pick this up for me, so thank you so much for that, Steve. I have this in the shade Classic Ivory, which is 201. It just says it's a radiant finish for normal to dry skin. This girl has oily skin, so I'm not too sure, you know, if this is actually going to be the foundation that is best suited to my skin type. But you know, she's going to try it anyway, as she will be setting it down like a bad boy with some setting powder. I have not really been the biggest fan of the Infallible kind of range. Over here in the UK, we've got the total cover, we've got the matte one, and then we've got the satin finish one. The satin finish and the matte are just so similar. I don't know why they decided to bring those two out and not release the matte and then give us a glowy, kind of more radiant option. L'Oreal, why have you made this extremely poor business decision not to bring out the Pro Glow in the UK? Everybody wants it here. You refuse to bring it out. How rude. I mean, really, I feel like you're discriminating against the UK. Thank you and goodbye. I mean, really. So anyway, I'm just going to shake this up and I'm going to just start banging it on my face, because why not? This comes in a lovely squeezy tube. By the way, I know this is probably like super old news to all of you guys over in America and Canada, and I don't know where else this is available. You've probably seen this a million times at this point. It looks to be like extremely kind of like runny. It's weird because it's American. On the back it's got a sticker and it says drug facts. Is this a, oh, it's dripping. Oh my gosh. Is this a drug? I mean, should I be getting a prescription from my doctor for this? Because over here in the UK, we don't call our foundations drugs. I just apply this with a beauty blender because I have heard that that's the best way to apply it. And I want to give the foundation the best possible chance of looking fabulous on my skin. So, you know, I am suffering with breakouts right now. It is hormonal. I just feel like after the birth of my baby, my hormones have been going crazy. I mean, really. If anything, the shade looks to be a little bit light, I would say. It's meant to give a radiant finish. It's meant to wear up to 24 hours. I think we'll be the judge of that. It is meant to give a medium coverage with an air-light texture. I mean, it sounds pretty perfect, but we shall see. I mean, really. So I have actually gone ahead and put a bit more because I really want to try and build the coverage up to its possible fullest coverage, you know. Oh my god, it's looking a little bit light on me. Classic Ivory. What? I mean, this never happens with L'Oreal foundations. Usually they're quite, like the ones over here in the UK tend to lean quite orange, quite warm toned, but this one actually is like pretty pink toned, and it's very light. Oh my gosh. In the UK, this is available on Amazon, but do not buy it because you'll be totally like jacked, because it's about £60. So, you know, I'm just hoping one day they bring it out. If it's good, if it's bad, then I'll just be like, okay, don't bother. I mean, really. She's gone on really, really beautifully. I'd say that I've kind of, you know, got all the coverage out of it that I'm going to get. I do feel like I'm definitely going to have to set this down within, you know, a second. But yeah, I mean, it's looking really nice. It's actually done a really good job of, you know, kind of covering over my redness. It is looking slightly chalky. I don't know if that's just because maybe it is a bit too light for me. My pores are a little bit accentuated. I think that's because this is more of a radiant foundation. You know, it's not really filling my pores in. It's more kind of just highlighting them a little bit. I'm liking it. You know, I'm going to just go ahead, do the other side, and then I will show you kind of what it looks like. On my hand, you can see it's looking a little bit pink. So I would definitely say Classic Ivory is more of a like pinker toned foundation. So I'm just going to go ahead. Look how well it covers up my spots. I mean, that's pretty darn good. I mean, really. Okay, I feel like the coverage is actually really, really good with this. Surprisingly good. I wasn't really expecting so much coverage. I'm liking it, you know, guys. I am liking it. Okay, so I finished up the rest of my face so you can see how this looks. Even with applying my Laura Mercier setting powder, it still retained quite a lot of its kind of glowy dewiness, which I'm kind of liking. I have put quite a bit of highlight on, so you know, that's keeping it all dewy up in here. But I will be back in a couple of days with an update to let you know what I think. So far, I mean, I'm loving it. It's like 5 minutes in, so really, I mean, who am I right now rushing into a premature decision? But yeah, I'm liking it. It's covered up my spots nicely. It's just it's doing good things to my life right now, so I'm enjoying it. Anyway, I'll be back soon. Bye. Okay, so just to give you a little update after day one, I've had the Pro Glow on for probably about 8 hours now. We've been at a barbecue, so we've been outside in the hot weather. I've been bouncing on a trampoline. I put my sports bra on. It's okay. The foundation has held up really surprisingly well. Considering that I've not powdered, I've done nothing to my face whatsoever, and it's looking really quite good. I mean, it's kind of coming off a little bit on my nose, and it has kind of, I don't know, something's happened under my eyes, and you can see it's come off on my chin, or I don't know if my spot is just kind of breaking out. Who knows? My spot is trying to take over the world right now and winning. But the foundation after day one, I'm really, really excited about this situation. Also feels really comfortable on the skin. Like, because I'm a bit oily and I've been in the heat, I definitely can feel it. It's not kind of weightless. I'm liking it. I am liking it. So the next time you see me, I will have my final conclusion. But so far, this is really surprising me, and I'm so impressed. I mean, really. Hello there. So I'm back after having worn the L'Oreal Pro Glow Super Sassy Foundation for a few times. Do you know what? It is extremely, like, astonishing to me. But I really like this foundation, and I know that my skin type is the complete opposite skin type that this was actually designed for. This is a dewy, glowy, radiant finish foundation. It says it's designed for normal to dry skin, and it's hydrating. I have oily skin, but yet this foundation has held up really, really well every single time I've worn it. I've had it on now, like all day. I've just got home from work, so I've had it on for 9 hours at this point, and it is coming off. Like, you can see a little bit on my nose, it's kind of breaking up. All foundations break up, you know, on my nose after they've been on for a few hours. It's like they just get bored with the whole nose situation, and they say, right, I'm out for here. Taxi, please. Taxi. My bronzer's on. My highlight's still on. Everything's still on. It's maybe like if I'm picking, wearing away a bit here, but is it? Am I just saying this because I don't know? It's not actually wearing away there. And even on my chinny chin, where I struggle a lot with foundations kind of just completely disappearing as the day goes on, this has done really, really well. By the way, my skin, particularly on my chin, is very, very dry at the moment because I've been really struggling with hormonal breakouts. So I've been putting like a whole bottle load of salicylic acid on there every single night. By the way, don't do that. You could end up with really irritated skin. I've been putting loads of salicylic acid on there. So that's why it's dry and flaky. But this foundation, right, I would say if you have oily skin, don't be put off this foundation, because like I have pretty like oily skin. Not super like oily, but it's moderately oily, and especially at the moment it's really humid and hot here in Manchester, and in my office we don't have aircon, so it gets extremely stuffy. And the foundation has just held up like so well. One thing I will say is it does emphasize my pores a little bit around my nose, but you would have to have like a miracle that was designed by what's his name? The Harry Potter guy with the Gandalf. You would have to have a foundation designed by Gandalf with some of his special magic in there. You know, is it Gandalf or is he the one from Lord of the Rings? Is he? No, he's the Lord of the Rings guy. They both look the same. I mean, you can see why I'm confused here. Gandalf is Lord of the Rings guy. And then what's the Harry Potter one? Dumbledore? Is it Dumbledore? I have no idea. But anyway, you know the one I mean. The tall, grey, old guy. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, some wizard. A wizardry. A wizard designed a foundation that wouldn't emphasise my pores. I mean, that would be a magic foundation. And I would love to get my hands on it. But I don't think Gandalf and Dumbledore, what's his name? Anyway, whatever, no one cares. Another thing to just point out, I've been using the Ordinary brand lactic acid, and I didn't realise this, but when you're using that product, you're meant to like regularly exfoliate your face. At the moment, my skin is incredibly dry. I don't know if that's why this foundation has been working really well for me, because my skin is quite dry because of the lactic acid and because I didn't do any research and I didn't realise I had to regularly exfoliate. And now I'm walking about with like dead skin all over my face that's looking dry, and I didn't know. I have no idea. But anyway, I really like this foundation. I know there's been so many people that have oily skin that don't like it because it just doesn't cope well with their oils, but for me, I have nothing but fabulous things to say about this. I have the shade Classic Ivory, and when I first put it on, it does look pretty pasty, as you will have seen from the first impression segment. Who am I? Oprah Winfrey with segments. I mean, really, you could see it was a little bit too pale for me, which never happens with L'Oreal foundations. I don't know if it's just like the UK shades tend to lean a lot more warm toned. This is obviously from America, and I'm kind of very salty about the fact that I like this. I didn't want to like it because I cannot affordably or easily get a hold of this here in the UK, because apparently L'Oreal, they think, oh, it's fine for the guys in the UK, we'll give them a satin and a matte infallible, which really have very little difference between the two. We're not going to give them a dewy foundation. We won't give all the dry skinned and even oily skinned people, you know, I mean, really. We're not going to give them, you know, a radiant dewy option. I mean, that would just be too fabulous. That would just be bringing too many profits for us, and it would make too much sense. And apparently we have no business acumen. I mean, really. I actually wrote to L'Oreal asking, when are you going to be bringing the Pro Glow to the UK? I mean, really, I am so not happy about this. But anyway, I really like it. Didn't want to, but I do. I like this foundation. And I know this is probably like super old news at this point, because if you're in America, you've had access to this wonderful foundation for over a year now. So you're probably thinking, oh my God, I've seen every single review and more than I would ever want to see on this foundation ever. I'm so bored with it by now. But anyway, so yeah, in essence, I love the foundation. It feels comfortable on the skin. Like I say, I've had it on for 9 hours at this point, and it's feeling good. I don't feel like I want to rip off my face. I'm just feeling quite comfortable. I mean, really, I'm going to leave it on for another few hours, because why not? If you're in somewhere where they don't sell Pro Glow, like everywhere in the world, basically, write to L'Oreal, tweet them, Instagram them, Snapchat them, turn up at their house and throw pancakes at their window with like writing on it saying, bring the Pro Glow to everywhere in the world. Just everywhere in the world. There's aliens on Uranus shouting, bring the Pro Glow up here. I mean, really, L'Oreal, I mean, really, bring the Pro Glow up here. That's really why we're seeing, you know, so many more UFOs these days, because they're just out there trying to locate the Pro Glow. I mean, really. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for watching this review. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will be back soon with more. Let me know in the comments below. Who is the great wizard in Harry Potter? Is it Dumbledore? I think it's Dumbledore. I think so. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you here again soon. I mean, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.